move past that.
You know what? Let's start the episode like that. How about that?
Oh my god.
Wait, who?
Let's
Oh,
when?
shit.
Not right
When?
now.
Well, okay,
Not
wait a
right
minute. Yeah,
now.
no, I didn't even know you were fucking recording. No, I was just going over the what is it? The hail and farewells.
Bro, I'm a reservist now.
Taco just requested to remove all
Yeah,
text.
Taco. Yeah, he accidentally left the Discord apparently.
Accidentally, all of them.
What? No, definitely. What do you fucking have like a fucking? I'm gonna leave. That'll change it. Oh, I'm coming. Sorry. Whoop. Sorry.
Give fuck Taco.
God damn it.
I'm gonna start my own StarSim and then be active with them for 2 weeks and then realize they fucking suck.
And then come back here like everybody else does.
Yeah, fucking hey, we'll put him in charge of Ackley. If he fucking left the unit.
So just out of curiosity, Sandman, what were you doing while you were like AFK last week? While you were just kind of lifeless in the channel?
Wait, when? Which time?
Oh, you didn't know this. Oh, which time? Haha, you're funny. You didn't. Well, last week, Dakota filled in for you, but we actually physically pulled your body into the channel, like on TeamSpeak, and you were just chilling here the whole time for like an hour and a half.
Pulled your metaphorical body into the.
Yeah.
I don't remember. What the fuck was I doing?
Napping, I think.
Probably napping, if anything. Gotta get my old man nap in.
Sandman, how old are you?
28.
Dude, shut the fuck
you're
up.
old.
You're not old.
It literally says it in my fucking Arnie's Bible that he fucking took naps in between his 2 workout sessions, and I will fucking follow our Lord and Savior Arnie.
Well, fuck yeah, bro. Sleep is key.
I gotta go take my nappy wappy, or else I become a petty little bitch. My fucking Bjorn the whole fucking level 4 plates. I fucking came back from my workout and Bjorn's like in our Discord. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, step clone?
That was everybody, bro. Bro, I showed up and everybody was like, hey, Nazi, here's my fucking tax forms. Here's my college tax forms. Here's everything you need to know about me. And then Sandman's over here like, come at me, bro. I got level 4 plates. Beating his chest like the big ass AP is.
Just fucking amped up on fucking testosterone.
Bro, don't lie. It was fucking definitely C4 fucking pre-workout, bro.
Oh, my C4 and my monster, my bang.
Oh, you shotgun bangs like a real man?
I don't live unless I have heart palpitations.
Oh,
That's how I know I'm still alive.
That's not right. What? That's really opposite of what I thought. Anyway, well, awesome. We have 2 guests today, guys. Welcome back to We Are 501. We have some things to celebrate and some things to get ready to look forward to. On Sandman just realized we were recording. We got stuff that we're looking forward to today, and obviously this is at the time of this. I guess everybody will be listening to this on Monday starting. It is week 1. We're back to campaign, so that's exciting. We got some news before that, but Sandman is back this week. Instead of just being here, he is now awake. So congratulations. And we are going to start off strong here. I want to thank you, big thank you to Dakota, who was filling in last week. He's in the channel with us today. And we are saying goodbye, unfortunately, to Dusty. Dusty recently went up to C Shop XO this week, and by order of the Order of the Phoenix, or I don't know, dude. He's now not supposed to be in the C Shop, so he's no longer a producer here. But during the 7 episode run that he was with us, we have good thanks to him for his efforts, and it's because of him we had over 100 listeners per week.
Yeah, that's perfect. Now we can bring in some talent. That's great.
We can finally bring in some people that aren't the worst. So hey,
stitches in here.
if you're someone out there who likes talking to us, hey, come be a producer for us. We got a spot. So there's that.
You also have to reach out to other people, though. It's not just talking.
Yeah, you also have to talk to other people.
And let me know as well.
And Dakota, welcome. Yes. So the more introverted, the better, because it's actually more funny if that happens. So, let us know, and hit me or any of the boys here. So, we'll kind of kick it off for today. We'll get into some of the news this week. Obviously, like I said, we'll shake it up a little bit. Start with campaign. We are starting up back this week. War Room, 24th. Big news. We're getting back into it. Obviously, if you listened to last week, Radar hyped up what we got for campaigns. We're pretty excited for that. Some new things to kind of work through. And then Avalanche is going on campaign first. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So that'll be some good stuff. So we'll see. I'll let you know what I see, because I'm just remembered I'm going in first. So that'll be fun. So be ready. Hope you guys have been acclimating back and in and out of training here, and you guys are ready to get ear hold. So maybe we'll go back to Geonosis one of these days. Who knows?
Oh boy,
Fingers crossed.
Oh right. For the High Council, I hate this because I always forget what happened, even though I'm in the meeting every week. I'm sure a couple people here can sympathize with me that it's sometimes you forget immediately after leaving.
Yep.
Now I can't even find the channel. Awesome.
That's what I do. I just had my ARC debrief. I forgot everything we just fucking talked about.
We are still getting into some things up in Battalion here. I believe one of the things that was pushed off. I do have the agenda open. Look at me, I'm the best. Obviously, you might have heard about it. Björn did retire. He's an officer reserve now, but he is with us today. So we'll be talking with him shortly here. They also talked about for Mr. Neb. They announced what they called Whetstone, and if you have more questions about that, you can go talk to him. So there's some good stuff coming through here. That's some changes. Oxmod, as far as they are going, there is a big update that they are pushing, which would be today, this Monday. And I don't know where y'all are at the time of this recording, but it's really big. Should be, I think the last I heard, about 10 gigs, but it's a bunch of stuff that has been done over Winter Stand Down, including helmets. So if you did your helmet over Winter Stand Down, that's something to definitely look forward to.
hey.
I know I made one over Winter Stand Down, and I'm about getting ready to ditch the Corporal helmet, so that's very fun. And I'm sure the rest of you are excited for that too. Some of that troopers who finally made it. Congratulations to you guys. You guys are in 501st Lower forever.
Hell yeah.
But as far as that, we are, getting into all that this week. Campaign is the big topic, so that seems pretty exciting. We've been kind of ramping up trainings. I don't know, at least for my platoon. And I'll ask some of the guys here. And I'm gonna single out Val because he's the other guy going on campaign first. Have you guys changed kind of your intensity going into trainings and preparation for campaign, or how has that been? Kind of the same?
We did fun ups for training today.
Fun ops for training, very cool. That's pretty much the best training you could get for a campaign. So, oddly enough, and the reason I say that is because you have no idea what the hell is about to happen. So, that's a good point. What about you? How about Dakota? What about you?
2-3 trainings are usually intense. We don't ever stop, even during Winter Stand Down. We kept up the intensity, just so we're not, rusty. There is still some rust, so we are going to be doing a little bit more, even heavier intensity stuff this Wednesday. But we're also going to go back to basics, because you can't forget basics. Wedges are a thing. So
Rad, awesome. Yeah, no, I mean it's coming quick, so hopefully it's gonna be a good one. Everybody's ready, and I'm scared for my platoon because it always seems like the first one back is gonna get like a truck thrown at him. So we'll see what happens. It'll be fun. yeah, that's pretty much what we have for you on that end. Starting next week, we will start having kind of some recaps. News team in general is planning some. The newsreel team over here is planning some video highlights, shall we say? So that is in the pipeline here. Now that campaign's starting up, we can finally utilize that. So shout out to Rank and Swavelone for that. So you can expect to see that along with the other content that we keep doing here.
Have you ever been in the field, down in the dirt with your bros, mud running over the calves of your teammates, blood squirting from every orifice, just covering your face? You feel your brother's hot, warm liquids oozing down your hands. If you haven't experienced this, you haven't lived. Join the 501st Medical Detachment.
But with that, being said, we kind of have a special episode today. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I think we did it in episode 3 or 4. I can't really remember, but now that it is time here, we have a couple of guests with us today. It's pretty much as high as it gets. If you talk, anybody who's not named Jay. So, we got one of them, like I said, is with us today is Bjorn. He recently is retired. We thought it would be a really nice thing to send him off with, and make sure you never forget him because he's terrifying. And we also have Andro here today, CC Andromeda, brand new captain. So we have some stuff to celebrate today, a retirement and a promotion. So we want to bring them on today, and they're going to share our story because they have probably 2 of the most unique stories that I think that have ever come out of the unit, especially where they've started. And ironically, I mean, they kind of came out of the same platoon for the most part, except for Andrew. I think I called him a mudblood today, but we're not going to talk about that.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
You guys both came out of Avalanche too?
No.
1,
Well,
2,
a little bit.
3.
Andrew's like a whore.
All
He's
of
been
them.
everywhere.
Andrew's a mutt. Let's and that might be a lengthy story. So, like I said, I mean, let's Bjorn. It's first of all, congrats on your retirement. I know if stuff in life is going good for you, so want to say congrats on that.
Thanks, man.
What where would you like to start? Because if I'm not mistaken, you started life here as an RTO.
Yeah, I started. My time in the unit started before I was even slotted. I started hanging out with Av32 back under Warlord, like side discords and stuff, and that's how I got interested in it. So 4 years ago, this past winter stand down, I joined the unit. I was joined during winter stand down. I probably had the easiest time to get in that anybody. Yeah, definitely inhaled some.
Valhalla just died.
I knew Valhalla was a fucking milk drinker.
He needs some milk. But I got recruited into Free 2 before I even joined the unit. So I joined, like I said, during winter stand down. I went through a private ECT, I think it was called back then. That was original. I had 2 Ackley guys. I don't even remember that. And then I had Twine actually teach me UTC, or not UTC. What was it called back then, Andrew?
CTC.
So I had CTC normally back then was like weeks long, and I had all of that jam packed into like 6 hours between Twine, Hegner, and the basically just loaded everything into like 4 or 5 hours, and then we did basically a kamikaze op, and that was it. The only slot that they had open though was the RTO, so I went RTO. I loved it. I liked being a CI or a CIC rather. It was a lot of fun. I brought Dimitri into understanding what an aggressive RTO is. I was always on the front lines firing before I would ever make a radio call. He hated me for it. Never died, but he still hated me. It gave him anxiety, if I understand. And then, Andrew, you were a squad lead back then, right?
Probably.
You were 3-4 squad lead, if I remember correctly.
Yep. If it was Sergeant Andromeda, then probably.
Yeah, and we had Ewick and Coward. And Coward's the reason everybody, well, the old guys know me as fucking Battle Baby Bjorn. It was simply just because 3 years ago my son was born. So I was with the unit for a couple months. And came home. My computer used to be on a bookshelf that you buy from Walmart. It was in the living room. When I first came home, he was a screamer, man. Every radio call I made, anywhere I went on, I don't believe in push to talk because fuck you. You can, but you could hear my son screaming in the background and Coward running around. I remember it with Coward just running around telling me shut the fuck up.
Shut up, Bjorn!
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Just running around, just doing that. Eventually, 3-2 imploded. You want to know why? You can go seek out Hegner and Twine, bug the shit out of them about that. But 3-2 imploded. Nevermore took over. He was a team lead from 3-4 under Andromeda. Andromeda took over 7, and I became a Bravo team lead. I was a CI for a week, switched right over to team lead. Then Nevermore had a computer that Drummond and I like to joke about was literally connected by like hamster wheel and fucking duct tape and rubber band. Maybe some paper clips. I don't know. I think the paper clips, when they fell apart, were why he would always lag on the field. That was probably one of my favorite times in the unit, was me and Drummond as team leads together, because we basically just fucking squad led that entire squad. We built it up. Got most of the degenerates you have now that are still in Avalanche 3.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then after that, Andromeda, Ewick died. Not died, but died to the unit. Andromeda moved up. I showed interest as a Bravo TL and Andromeda 7. Andromeda basically told me to jump the front door. I'm going to try to keep swearing to a minimum. Kind of known for that, but I'm going to try.
Have you listened to me in Valhalla during that shit?
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. Bro.
We did like episode 4.
He basically told me to go fuck myself. That Corporals couldn't become sevens.
Different
So
unit.
yeah, different unit, different time. So Drummond and Andromeda and I used to hang out. That's basically when we became Andromeda, when you picked up 6.
We became friends when your squad detonated.
Yeah, okay, because you used to come and hang out with us all the time during squad trainings. Yep. So we were all friends then. Andromeda told me to go fuck myself, so Drummond was like, fuck it, nobody else wants to do it, I'll do it. Big surprise, Drummond's never really wanted to be leadership, he's kind of just wanted to chill with the boys. So he went up and started chilling with Andro. I took over the squad. I think I was a squad leader for like a week. Technically, like quote unquote technically. I don't even remember the exact timing, but I switched over to 2-7, ran with Pompano, and that's when I ran into Dakota and 2-4 in the boys. Died in 2-1 with 2-3.
2-3,
yeah. Guide was with 2-3. He had Parrot. He was a good guy. Uncle was there. A whole bunch of the second platoon boys that I still hang out with were all there. Gamble was 2-2 with Courtney and Bacon. Basically, I brought the third platoon knowledge that Drummond and I put into 2 over to second platoon. I taught 2-4 tactical titties, old school trench warfare. Brought trench platoon over to second platoon. That was. Yes, I did.
Runs over there too.
Yeah,
I went over to. It was. I mean, it's been a couple months, but I went to the second platoon up, and they still build a shit ton of trenches. So it's alive and well.
Hey man, if you can't get shot at, you can't die. You can always push forward. I think that's what the old trench platoon before Andromeda or Drummond were in charge used to take for granted. Is you can build trenches, but you don't have to just sit in them. We also all carry mobile trenches anyways, so I mean, That's basically what squad shields are. Portable trenches.
Glad I'm not the only one who thinks of trenches like that. Bjorn, I did that shit in our fucking op today. I got recalled over to fucking 2-1 to go help them with the math guys, and I ended up just pushing up next to a rock, and I built up a trench, and I was like, "Here you guys go," and then I fucking left.
Yeah, it's it's underutilized, I think. And Andromeda, you can counter me on this, but trenches are underutilized now just because the way that our trenches switched. I think it was like a year and a half ago. They switched and they became real poopy.
It's a little bit more recent than that, I think.
I don't know. I just remember them switching and they sucked compared to the old fucking ones. But I don't know. Trenches are fucking fire. I'll always believe that. It might be the old trench platoon in me, but I stand by them.
You talking about the trenches that can get destroyed by like fucking mortar strikes and shit?
Yeah, just the trenches you can build now, like compared to the trenches we had back when I was a Bravo TL or just even beginning as a 7. They're totally just shit in comparison. About that time, when I became 2-7, I also became an MP. I think I was second in charge under Archon and the story writers. I was doing a couple other things on the side. I don't remember everything. Those are the big 3 that stand out. So I like to think that I helped start the attitude that the unit is switching to. You don't have to serve your time in order to get a bigger billet. As long as you show interest, you show initiative, and you show maturity, you can actually. We had Bridger, a whole bunch of other corporals pick up 7s now. Back then, that wasn't a thing. Actually, like part of that got fought when I wanted to go up to 7 and Pompano picked me. Was that it was unheard of. It didn't happen a lot. I think Varex and Odin were the only ones who did it before me. I don't know. But yeah, it's after that, Phase 6 came along. I started Avalanche 3 with the help of 2-3, 3-2, and then Dell helped me build 3-3, and you have Avalanche now. And then I picked up Company, literally because I couldn't be around to be a platoon commander. Because I switched, I moved from Texas to California, went from days to nights, and the scheduling didn't work. I was on nights for like 3 weeks before I came back to days, but I was already Company XO. Andromeda leveled up, became Battalion XO, and I became Company Commander. And then Drummond started doing all the work for me. So I looked really good. That's a lot of my career personally. Is the people under me did such a good job. I ended up looking good, and I just kept moving forward. And nobody was smart enough to catch it, so I just kept leveling up.
We did now enjoy inactives.
It's part of like delegating too, right? Because like something that I'm learning and something completely unrelated to Arma is that fucking you don't delegate shit that you're gonna fucking.
Well, you drive yourself insane. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have people that are good leaders underneath you, in Arma or fucking outside or whatever, just good people, and they'll and you can fucking trust them that you don't have to fucking do everything, and you can delegate the work to them, and it'll get done. It's gonna make you look good.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
You can be the best squad leader in the world, but if your team leaders suck, it's gonna make you look like ass.
Well, yeah, I agree, 100%. But that also plays into the fact of if you train them right, you know that you can rely on. I mean, I always say, because I like to try to stay humble, that the people underneath me made me look good. But I like to take a little bit, like a 1% stake in there. And you can read that in the letter that I wrote when I resigned from everything. I tried to help make people better than what they were just by showing who they could be. And once that was done, it was over. Once you show somebody the potential they have and you teach them how to foster it, then it's all over. Just get out of their way. Because they'll run you out of a job. Charles with story writing shows you that. I heard you guys talking last week on the podcast about how awesome story writing is becoming. And I credit that to the people and the transitions we made towards the end of me leading the story writers in C3. Charles came up with a whole bunch of new ideas with Glass, and they just took charge of that. I just got out of their way.
That's definitely a Marine Corps mentality.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're supposed to train the guy below you to do a better job than you did. And if you can do that, you're a successful leader. That's hands down. It's not to
100%.
preserve your spot. That's never the goal. The goal is to never preserve your position. It's to make sure the guy below you is a better leader than you were.
That's it. You already know you're not wrong.
Mhm.
And that's what I tried transferring over to here. I mean, if you look at Avalanche 3, when I gave it up to Twine, I knew he was going to do a better job at it. And then when he picked up Bridger, I knew that him and Bridger were going to do 100% at it. And Twine has the same mentality that when he hands it off to Bridger, Bridger will do better than what Twine did. And that's just how you keep something successfully going, is train the guy underneath you to do better than what you did. And that also comes down to mentoring. And Sandman, you know what I mean by mentoring.
Yeah, exactly.
That's if I could ever leave the unit with a last standing statement, look at the guys underneath you and teach them what you did wrong and teach them how to fucking not do that wrong. It's the basics of mentoring somebody underneath you right there.
Yeah,
And you're
your
never,
guys should never make that same mistake. Those same
Exactly.
mistakes that you did, because that means you're failing at your job.
Exactly. And you're also never too old or too high up to be mentored. Andromeda and Andrew, I don't mean to keep cutting into you, but you and I have leaned on each other a lot throughout the fucking years that we've been around. You've come to me for advice. I go to you for advice. We've yelled at each other several times over stupid shit. But as long as you can get a circle that you trust and that can mentor you and you can do the same back, you're only going to make yourself a better person and those around you.
What kind of advice do you have for those that, think that, I mean, you swap from an MOS to, take on the current path that you've gone on and all the way up to CC. What kind of advice do you have for some of those guys?
Just fucking do it. A lot of people don't think they can do it. A lot of people will tell you that it's normally not it's not the norm. And Andrew can touch on this too. It's even back then with him, he was obviously a medic way before I was an RTO, but it's not the norm. People will not look at you firsthand and go, hey, do you want to be a team lead? You have to step up and say, hey, man, I'm interested in this position. That's what I did. Nevermore and Drummond were looking for a TL, and I knew I could do it. I knew I had the experience outside of the unit to do it. Obviously, and Sandman can attest to this, that knowledge does not fucking cross over 100%, or even I want to say 50%. But if you know you can do it and you want to do it, speak up. The biggest part, and the biggest part that I've always looked for in leadership billets is the initiative to come to me. If you see an open slot and it's under a squad lead, go to the squad lead. If you see an open slot and it's under a fucking platoon staff, go to the platoon staff. If you see an open company slot and you're a squad lead, a team lead or something, go to your fucking company staff and say, hey, I'm interested in that spot. That not everybody agrees with me, but for the most part, that's going to put you on the top of people's list to look at because you took that initiative to go to them and say, I want that slot. If you're in the active reserves right now in Zeta and you see a squad that needs a spot, go to that fucking team lead and say, hey, man, I know you guys. I've hung out with you guys. I want that slot. They're going to put you above everybody else just because you came to them. They didn't have to come to you. Just do it.
That's great. Yeah, I told your story to I forgot who it was. I think it was Effort, CP Effort.
Yeah,
started as an RTO and kind of the same way that you did. He wanted to be kind of in a specific squad with his friends, and kind of found himself in the same situation as you did, and ended up a team lead a few months back. And I mean, he's obviously post LC now, but I told your story to him, and that's something I think that a lot of other guys can relate to. So, just kind of being unafraid to to see what's out there, and I almost want to say almost unapologetic, because you never know if you don't ask.
Exactly. I've always run across the idea, and again, this probably comes from the Marine Corps, so Sandman can let you know, and Andromeda can tell you how it works. But I've always asked for forgiveness rather than permission. Be the guy that messages somebody on Discord and be like, "Hey, you've got a team leader spot. I think I'd be a great fucking choice for it." When I've always put myself against Drummond going up in the unit. I'm a very competitive person by nature. And I believe that if you lose sight of somebody in front of you, you're never going to get better. So Drummond was the guy who was always level with me. He's my best friend, IRL. He's a great guy outside of the unit, and I still do it. Even outside of the unit, I measure myself against where he's at. We've obviously got different variables. I've got kids. He doesn't. Well, he has a cat, so he has kids. But I like to see where he's at, and then I like to see where I'm at, and then I'll go to him if I need help to get better. So, I mean, put yourself out there. Find somebody that you can compare yourself with, that you can be competitive with, and compete. If you're a team lead looking for a squad lead spot, and you just wait for it to happen inside of your platoon, you're going to be waiting a while. Bridger can attest to that. When Drummond went up to squad lead, I went to Crisis, who was leading second platoon at the time. And I went against Sense, CS Sense, who's the old leader of 2-4 Dakota. When Sense was going up for squad lead, Crisis did interviews. He did I think it was 3 stages of interviews before he finally picked. I actually never stuck boots on ground with 2-4 while I was trying out for that squad lead position. But I went to him and I was like, "Hey man, I don't know any of these guys, but I can lead them. And here are my credentials. Here's what I do in the unit." And it's fucking, I ended up going against the guy who got the squad. The only reason that I didn't get the squad was because I didn't know anybody and they didn't know me. So put yourself out there. Just do something. Don't just sit and be complacent, because if you're not moving forward, you're dying.
Do you enjoy the sweet, sweet grip of your brothers as they slowly work their way up your thigh? Do you enjoy when your brothers take their helmet off and put their soft lips on yours? Do you love every other person on the field hating your existence? Well then, good news. I have the solution just for you. Load up your favorite kit and slap on a sweet, sweet, juicy unicorn on your shoulder and watch all your dreams come true.
Andrew, let's pivot to you here, my man. You have a very interesting story also, because not only are you old as balls, but you also know what a morphine does. Talk about you, my man, because I think a lot of people are gonna be, because Bjorn's an open book. You never mentioned this, but you want to tell everybody, you want to tell the folks what you started the unit as?
A medic.
I
was a medic.
Start there. How did you get your start, and how did you get to become captain? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Well, back in 2017, July 6th, I joined the fledgling and yet rapidly exploding in terms of growth 501st. My base CT was about 2 hours. Hey, this is basically how you play Arma with mods. Congratulations, you're a CRC now. Give us a week or two, and if you're slotted, you'll be a trooper. Congrats. And after that point, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was attending FinOps a bunch, figuring out what I want to do. I decided to be a medic. So I was a CRC medic for a while, because the medic ranks hadn't even been created yet. There was no CM ranks. Those were those were developed just before I left medical. I eventually got myself slotted by the end of the summer in Avalanche 1-2 as a Bravo medic. That didn't last long.
Wait, was that back when there was only 1 or 2 platoons in the unit?
There were 2. There was an attempt. There was the initial attempt at a third platoon. It was an avalanche at the time. It was called, what was it, Harbinger or something. It didn't succeed due to a certain very very old CC called Revan.
That's ironic.
Yeah. But I have that if you want to look at that. That's somewhere around 2017.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, that looks like shit.
Bro,
Welcome.
the white uniforms.
Oh, that's awful.
I believe this comes from the perspective of what was once lava, CC lava, at CT at the time. There I am, off to the left in the old, back when medics wore bark helmets, and everything looked ugly.
So fucking
What's old
ugly.
is new again.
Wait, is this the same black?
Yeah, is that the same black? Is that CRC black?
Probably, yes. He's also old as piss. Not as old as me, but
And the guns look ugly. Is this because his like settings are turned down, or is it because it's just ugly?
This is swap 1.0, my boy.
this is swap 1.0.
Bro,
No,
this is how it
thank
used to
fucking
look
God.
every day.
This is back when we had to stop an operation every like 30 minutes to an hour because the memory leak got so bad the server had to be restarted.
Oh my god.
So we'd actively pause the operation, everyone would get off the server, get back on, and then we attempt to resume from roughly where we left off. We made it work. And then not too long after that, I was a CRC for a while because there was a while I wasn't slotted after I joined. I was just doing phenoms and all that shit because I wasn't sure how much time I wanted to invest in this yet. We'll see how that ended up. But
Didn't go very well because I'm second in command now, and
eventually I end up in Avalanche 1-2 as the Bravo medic. We're deciding, I don't want to do medical. I just decided I'm going to try being a TL. Does anyone want to guess where I went as a TL, as a first Bravo TL?
so you went straight from CMC to TL?
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Bro,
Oh,
that's like that
it's-
first new stuff.
DMC was just added. I was a CT. And this is back when the difference between Bravo TL and Alpha TL was much heavier, and Bravo TLs couldn't actually be corporals yet. Yeah. The separation between Alpha and Bravo TLs was a lot.
That's very large.
That's like cutthroat shit right there.
I became the Bravo TL. I decided to just pursue leadership and become the Bravo TL in the same squad, in the same team I was the medic of. So I did that. That didn't last long either, only a couple months before I decided I want to go up. I want to become an Alpha TL. So I went and looked at Avalanche 2, and I saw a newly anointed CT squad leader player. And I dipped on over. I showed up to one of his trainings, and then one of his operations said, I want to be your Alpha TL. Blew everyone else out of the water, apparently, and that was his TL. Then we attended the same CP course, which was
Awkward.
trying to schedule a time to work with Angels or Whiskers, the original creators of Ackley, and then the guys we put in charge of Blizzard, which is a large story in and of itself, was hell. Scheduling anything with either of those two was hell, and we had them in charge of all the NCO courses.
Wait, hashtag Blizzard landings?
And then myself and Player took the same CP course. He became CP, I became CP the week after. Stayed there for a while before Avalanche 3 was made. Again, well, a second attempt at a third platoon, this time AV3 was made. I fucked off to take over the last squad, 3-4. Much to the dismay of my then platoon commander Euler, who hated his NCOs going anywhere but staying in his own platoon.
Nice.
And Avalanche 3, which would eventually become what is now Cyclone 3, was where I stayed for about 2 years. Built the squad from the ground up. Have people come, have people go. Let's see, who are some people of note who are in that squad? You have Company Medic, Psycho Company Medic Spark. You have Battalion RTO Dimitri. Well, no, Battalion RTO Dimitri came from 3rd Platoon, not my squad, but
He was 3-3 under
Yep.
Coward.
Yep, at one point under Coward. Now 3-2 squad leader Walsh, head of recruiting, all that stuff. Lots of people coming from that platoon that I stayed in for 2 years. Eventually, after Blizzard happened, Coward left to go lead what became 4th platoon after Blizzard failed. I stepped up into 7, and that's where things go from slow to, hey, I'm a captain just about 2 years later.
So what? I think I might have been born for this. I think that when I first met you, you were sergeant, and you had just been
Yes.
billeted as a platoon sergeant. So how did
Yes.
that happen?
So after Coward left for a different platoon, 4th platoon, I was just the next one up. I was slotted almost immediately, and almost immediately my platoon commander.
Wait. He wasn't just the next one up, Bridger. He was the best pick for the fucking job.
Well, okay,
he was a
sure.
badass. Don't let him sell himself short.
Sure. All right. We'll go with that. And from the moment I decided to take up that position, my platoon leader decided I don't want to really exist much anymore. So for a while, I led the platoon, half by myself. Occasionally, he'd show up, or he decided to leave. Then I found someone called Draman, and well, there was also Bjorn, because when I got pulled up for 7, some stuff happened with what was an Av 3-2 at the time. Draman and Bjorn was still there. Draman became the squad leader eventually. Bjorn became a TL. I essentially told Bjorn, no, you can't be a 7, you're still a TL. I'm sorry.
He didn't tell me that. He told me to fuck off. Don't let him lie to you.
From there, I was the next in line to become the 6 rather easily. I went through all that fun stuff. Eventually, people like Bondor die and leave. Then up goes. Yeah, you're not wrong. Then up goes player, and then everyone ships up. Hey, we want to try a second infantry company again. Okay, sure. Who's next in line to lead at least one of them? Hey, the intro guy is still alive. Oh, okay, fine. I essentially get set up to become the Cyclone CO, while Crisis would stay as Avalanche. Things happened. Things got accelerated. More people died and or left. Welcome to the saga of me being the one that lived. And eventually it leads to here I am now. What details do you want?
Oh man. God,
what was the most fun you ever had as in an up?
The most fun I've had in an operation. Oh dear God. Not Geonosis.
Oh, bro. If you don't say Geonosis when we walked out of the fucking the fob, it just got completely annihilated.
I didn't listen. I pressed that button under orders.
Hey, do you remember the op that we had like 6 lat crashes? I think Bridger, you were around for that, weren't you?
Yeah, I think it was. Well,
I was Geonosis, but
I got lucky. I didn't. I wasn't in any of those lats, but I know 3-2 was.
Every single one.
Kind of a meme, I think, at that point.
And like that, those were like the best fucking ops back in the day, man.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I planned a bunch of fun ops. I used to Zeus everything from FTXs to pseudo campaign back when Coward was doing his thing, and then occasionally someone else would do something. You know, before what we now have is the Galactic campaign, which is coming back tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, right. War room, fun stuff. Bridger, don't let your platoon die.
I cannot get over how ugly that screenshot is. Like,
Are you serious, dude? That used to be playing the game.
that's
You want to see a couple more?
during this time. You know, I was playing Arma. I've played Arma ever since Arma 2, but I was playing like, you know, DayZ and, you know, Arma. This looks like somebody took melted crayons and started drawing like clone troopers.
Oh,
this
dude,
is
that's
disgusting.
exactly what you
It's
used
exactly
to look
what
at.
the mod was like. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like that old swap armor. I joined when swap was still in, and it like you'd put on the stormtrooper suit, and it looked like you were like got stuck on a fucking frying pan. Your dude's all like melted and shit. That is awful.
Yeah.
Bro.
Welcome to basically our armor was just retextured stormtrooper armor.
Man,
patched
our armor
together
looks
to
disgusting.
kind
Dude,
of patched together to kind of look like a clone.
This last screenshot you sent, bro, the helmets are a completely different shade of white than the uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's because they're wearing CR uniforms in
Yeah.
that picture. The
Yeah,
CR
like,
uniforms
it's-
were like specifically made to look like dog ass.
But
Well-
that's like the opposite of what it's like in the real military, though. You know, you get these fucking brand new boots that come in with super fucking clean uniforms, or these fucking guys that come into fucking infantry units from what is it, like security forces and shit with these fucking, you know, that kind of shit. It's just so like
Aye, Corporal.
So Bridget, what do you want to know from 4.5 years of fuckery?
Oh my god. Well, God, I just.
What do you fuckers want to know?
Well, there's a kind of a tradition here. I feel like we should start there. And one of them's here in this scenario. I think it'd be way funnier. But you got to fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, boy.
And Bjorn, Kestrel, and somebody throw in a third MP for me here. Val, help me out here.
ways.
Waze.
In ways.
Oh, dude, that's an easy one.
Fuck, marry, kill, boys.
Andrew, let's hear it.
Fuck Bjorn, Mary Kestrel, kill ways.
There it
Damn.
is. There it is. I told you.
How, there's no way you can kill Waze, bro. Waze is 6'12" and he's got a fucking mohawk and a 13-inch dick. There's no way you can kill him.
Look. That's too big of a dick to fuck. Kestrel is like that big teddy bear that like just has enough hair that you want to like cuddle up next to him at night. So of course you're gonna marry him. And I'm just sexy as fuck, man.
Dude, this is the second podcast in a row I've said some fucking ridiculous shit.
Same question, Bjorn.
Same question with me
Except
included.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
remove you. I don't want to hear that question if you're
You wanna
removed.
fuck
I was gonna say, maybe you would. Then you can go fuck yourself. But I mean, so let's remove yourself from there and let's put in Draman. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh,
Draman, Kestrel,
okay.
and Waze.
Okay,
I
so-
would. Oh, fuck, that's actually a little hard.
Uh-huh.
Waze is dying either way because I'm gonna kill Waze. I like Waze. Waze, if you listen to this, you're a great.
I
dude.
like you too. You don't.
Yeah. But I'm gonna fuck Kestrel, kill Waze, marry Drummond because
There you go.
Drummond and I have a lot of history. We can just
There you go.
always reminisce as old gay couple on a rocking chair.
What do you think half the unit think me and Drummond are? Well, okay, half the unit thinks me and Drummond are the same person, except he's more alive than I am. But
Drummond is great.
I'm gonna be
face.
honest, as a former team leader of yours, I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely.
I am.
Hold on. Whoa. If you're gonna marry Draman, I didn't ask him this. Can he cook?
No,
You know,
but
I
I
feel like
can.
he would know.
No,
Oh, you can.
Drummond can't. Well, Drummond can cook, but from what I understand, he doesn't like it because he liked my wife's cooking all the time. I don't know.
Do you want to get into that a little bit deeper? Actually, tell that. I want you to tell that story real
man.
quick.
Okay, so I'm gonna preface this just by saying that Drummond's fucked my wife,
There
and
it
I
is.
watched.
There it is.
Yep. All right,
There
now
it
that he's gonna
It was
kill
in the
me.
game. It was in the
What?
D&D game. when he
Come
killed
again?
my wife.
He's Sandman. Drummond fucked my wife, and I
In a
watched.
D&D game.
So yeah, let me get into this because if I don't, he's gonna explode my Discord DMs at work when he listens to this.
You have now captured my attention.
All right, so when Drummond used to live with me the first time, we had a D&D. No, No, he didn't even live with me. This is after he lived with me. Before the
You
second
fell
time.
asleep during the D&D game after
No,
you
no,
guys
no,
were.
no.
Oh,
So my wife always has called us nerds because we used to play D&D all the time. So we forced her to sit down and fucking make a character and play with us. Well, fucking during the D&D game, there's a whole bunch of shit that happened where they gambled with a whole bunch of thugs, won a whole bunch of money, and the scenario got set up where their D&D characters fucked on the pile of money. It was a pile of gold coins. But because I'm me, and because I like to make fun of Drummond, I just told everybody in the unit when I believe, we were team leads, right, Andrew? Or was it before that? No, yeah. So we were both team leads, and I used to just show up in a random people's office with Drummond and be like, "Hey, did you guys know that Drummond fucked my wife?" If you ever get the chance, just make Drummond as uncomfortable as you can because it's fucking easy.
Ask him about it.
Ask him about how thick
We
his
just
oatmeal
arm
is.
the entire fucking unit.
just fucking sprint past him on the fucking field, be like, "Hey, yo, how was Bjorn's wife?" And just
Oh,
$10 to whoever does that. Just DM me. I'm $10.
I
gotta
always make it a
remember.
point to say some wild ass shit whenever I'm passing drama in an op anyway. So yeah, that's next. I think the last thing that I said, because it's been a while since I've been in an op with Drummond, I think the last thing I said was, "There's a fucking firefight happening without me, and I'm pissed off." Then,
I just need to run out of the house some more.
Do you enjoy calling steel rain onto the CIS? Do you enjoy being responsible for calling it a lat to save your brothers from harm's way? The only thing that gets your dick hard these days is a clear and concise message over a long-range radio. Then good news, I have the job just for a man like you. Reach out to any RTO instructor to get more information on being a radio transmissions operator in the 501st today.
Now it's time for an Andro story, and I feel like Bjorn can also speak about this. But Andro, can you tell everybody when you got so good at finding landmines?
Oh my god.
Well,
Genius.
shit. So I'm a new squad leader, right? CP Andromeda, squad leader of Avalanche 3-4. We're doing this weird fucking operation. We're going to this camp, right? And this camp, we're supposed to relieve, supposed to help some civilians or whatever the hell. It's a fenced-in camp. Do you know what's over the fence? Minefield. You know what I do? I jump over the fence.
Wait,
Makes
but it
sense.
doesn't stop there, does it, Andrew?
No. My RTO followed me. And then the best part,
Look,
an ARC trooper, and then Onyx trooper also followed me and detonated.
well, I mean, that wasn't his fault though. He was an Onyx trooper. They did nothing wrong.
Of course not. Of course not.
Why they're still around and stuff, right? You know.
Yeah, that's what I got. Honestly, that night was. I've never seen more memes in this unit made on a single subject in such a short amount of time.
But it still didn't stop there.
No.
Your mind attraction followed you throughout your ranks.
No, it doesn't necessarily follow me. It follows the people around me.
Or you just lead them to it.
Maybe if you want to think about it that way.
Andrew, you have directly led me into a minefield before. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I can't tell you how many
I have it
times
on video.
you
I have
led me.
video evidence.
I'm rarely the one actually hitting them these days. It's just everyone around me explodes, and it's great.
He's become the master, and everybody else is his pupil.
I'll convince. I'm the one who I'll be able to navigate the minefield, but I'll be able to convince everyone around me to do it too, and at least one of them's got to hit one.
I'm gonna find the video. I swear to God, I'll find the video.
Do you remember the time that you was it either you threw a grenade at Dimitri or Dimitri threw a grenade at you?
So here we go. So unique situation. You know, we're having an FTX, more of a laid back one. So I need to get across an airfield. We have 2 Razor pilots on the ground with us. One of them being Cascoon. And I honestly forget who else the other one was there. They had their aviation jump packs with them. We need to get across this airfield, and we need to do it fast. So I say, Cascoon, tie me up, arrest me in game, and jump me over to the other side of this airfield. These two pilots take the both of us, and they're doing that. And once we get to the other side, here's what happens. Cascoon gets nailed in the face by something. He goes unconscious. I'm like left helpless in the middle of at the end of the other side of an airfield. Dimitri tries to help me after getting untied with his pilot and goes through a squad shield, but accidentally throws a grenade.
This man is tied up. Helpless.
And all you hear is Dimitri, me screaming in the clip, Dimitri, that's the wrong one, before I explode. And my own platoon RT assassinated me.
Oh, that's good.
You stepped on a mine with every rank that you were on at least one time.
Yes.
I mean, listen, dude.
Other than captain,
other than you have not done it in captain yet. That's true.
I give it 2 weeks.
I have been in each ranks for long enough for me to at least either hit one or be close enough to someone else that hits one to the point where I detonate too. When you're a CS for a year and a half, you're gonna hit or be next to at least one that's hit. You're a sergeant major for about a year, and then first lieutenant, and now the only one. Yes, I've not exploded as a captain yet, but I'll make sure the others around me do.
Campaign's right around the corner. We got some mines.
Listen, I got more things to worry about than mines in the campaign. I actually
you cost a lot in the campaign.
You are expensive.
Yes, I'm expensive.
You are a pricey
how
bitch.
much do I cost?
I gotta ask Radar, but too much. I mean, I for God's sake, I think I cost like.
I think it was like 40 or 50 grand. You are expensive.
Christ. Listen, I guess I am
the 12 troopers.
And let's be completely honest. When it comes to campaign, who's gonna be the one who's more involved?
Give me a Maz rocket in the same fucking op as you, and I'm gonna fucking nail you in the face with it.
No, never again. Listen, I don't have to worry about you Zeusing this fucking operation anymore.
Hey, I'm still a Zeus squad. I could pop in randomly and fucking go Zeus to Cyclone 3.
Fuck off.
Hey, you know what? Sunday, 5 p.m. Avalanche 2. We'll be there, Andrew. Will you?
Maybe.
You getting called out, boy. You getting called out.
Gauntlet's been thrown down.
You picking it up?
Sounded like an invitation to me.
Hold up.
I'm gonna see Andrew on the field and throw a fucking mine in front of him.
You're going to waste our money at that point.
No. Just go with Apers. Throw the dispenser down. That way, it's not just one. You have less likelihood of a chance to miss.
Wait till he's AFK though, and set it off when just set off the Apers when he's just AFK, so he has to walk through it to get out of it.
Either that or get him in the fob.
Stun him, arrest him, and put like 4 mines in close proximity next to him, and then just let him go. Goodbye.
Or just keep him arrested. That way, when someone runs up to go and tie him, boom.
They're capturing Andrew.
Listen, I have a if I'm getting captured, everyone's free to nuke me. I'm not having another. Jay's been captured. Let's spend a few months finding.
Yeah, poor Jay, man, just in CIF's captivity for Christmas.
Hey,
yep.
He was down for that capture. Okay, we had his permission.
You're not getting my permission.
Andrew, what was your favorite campaign? Sorry, Bridge, I don't mean to ask the questions.
I was literally just about to ask something like that, actually.
My God, my favorite campaign.
I know mine. I just want to know yours. I want to see if they line up.
Odessa had such a good chance of being really good. They got fucked. Not
by me. I want to put that
not by you. No, definitely not by you.
that was Command's choice.
I still think that first operation was probably my favorite. In the Galactic campaign so far.
The one where we walked around and did absolutely nothing but watch people get brutally fucking shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
Okay. 3rd Platoon's Geonosis campaign was the word I want to use was different.
It wasn't different. It was brutal.
Okay,
man.
so for the first operation, myself. Uick was actually there this time, even though he was
He
almost
was.
gone.
He stood on my head as I fired marksman rounds.
So
down range.
he tells me we're on this fucking desert thing that's map's supposed to be like Tatooine. Not Tatooine, Geonosis. With this little thing, with this little sonar radar center, I get told, turn it on. You tells me to turn it on. I'm like, okay. Apparently that pisses off everything. That pisses off the Geonosians, the droids, everything around us. Nothing like watching as I walk out and see a like 2 squads of parachuting B2s landing on top of a squad. And listening to them get absolutely destroyed.
That was only 2 squads?
There was more. There was obviously more.
It felt like 5.
Yeah, bro.
I
it
can
was a
still hear
lot.
Murdoch's screams.
Bro, that's when the B2s are scary too.
So after that operation, of course, we get put into a different position for 3 weeks,
Right outside the fob
and we stay there.
for 3
We
weeks.
get told to push out once. You want to know what happens?
We got annihilated as soon as we left the fob.
You might as well have had the Tokyo Drift song playing as MTTs came
Oh my god!
drifting over the sand right
Mark,
into
Do you
our
remember
face.
the
Yeah.
Hellfire droid that literally drifted on the squads?
Yep.
That was Archon, by the way.
And then we got told to go somewhere else once. And then we sat there and got annihilated by droids peeking out of glitchy rocks with rocket launchers.
Do you have a clip of that? Because I have this.
Actually,
I got
there
that.
was a clip. So someone got this on their stream, and it was literally a Hellfire droid. You could watch it come down a hill on that sand map and then turn left, but it had so much momentum going down that it broke the physics. And when it turned left, it literally like Tokyo drifted over 3 different squads. Someone clipped it and put that music over it, and then as it like the music started, it just started shooting rockets at anybody that didn't fucking send 3 clicks behind it.
Yep. That's so we get pushed back, obviously. We barely survive with like 2 lives left or some shit like that. And then finally for the last operation for us in Geonosis, we actually got to go into the caverns and hunt shit down. We didn't find anything important though, but because
No, but that was a really
it
cool
was actually
looking-
really
That was a good
fun.
one, yeah.
The caverns are actually quite large and spacious. We were actually kind of surprised about that.
We've actually used those a couple times
Yes.
in different campaign missions.
We have. They were like an early predecessor to a lot of compositions we have now. And then that was our Geonosis, and we like to make the joke that we got benched for 3 weeks.
Yeah, if anybody here really wants to make Drummond mad, just ask him about it.
Yep.
I know better than that. I'm not going to go there. That's a terrible idea.
What else do you want to know?
Well, I mean, just it feels like you went from, at one point we did phase 6. I guess this is maybe one of the last questions I have, but we went phase 6 for that one off season. I'm calling it off season. Sorry,
Off-season.
former athlete. And nobody knew what was going on, right? Eventually, you found yourself as company commander for 2 companies.
Ah, yes.
What was that like?
My rapid the moment phase 6 happens, I started moving up like crazy because things were crazy and everyone was dying. So phase 6 was a very ambitious thing. We decided to try 2 infantry companies. And due to things like the servers at the time, mods and all that stuff, we decided to downsize Platoons a little bit, but have more of them. So we split into 2 infantry companies, 3 platoons each, 3 squads each. I was rather rapid. I went from Avalanche 3 commander to Cyclone 3 commander. And we handed Avalanche 3 over to Bjorn, I think, right? That was when that happened?
Yeah, that's when that happened.
And we handed Cyclone 2, the other new platoon, to Gamble. I was just kind of already next in line. Player was dual company commandering, and Crisis was dual company XOing for a little bit. Then Player moves up. I move up. But I move. The initial plan was to move up, have 2 different XOs. I would move up to Cyclone XO. I think it was Point was supposed to move up to Avalanche. I'd eventually move up to Cyclone and then take a new XO. Then it'd be player, battalion, crisis, me, point, and then someone else. That's not how that went. Point dipped.
At all.
So I kind of became XO of both. Crisis was CO of both. Player was battalion XO. Eventually, me and Crisis settled things, so I became Cyclone CO, while maintained Avalanche XO. Well, so that was weird. And then Crisis left, and I became and then Player died with Odin, and
You just sound shell shocked when you talk about this.
yeah, because
I still can't believe
you don't understand how fast this was.
From the
Well-
top down, it was basically, have you ever been in a car crash?
Yeah.
And like
not one like this.
1 minute you're driving, and then the next minute you open up your eyes and your car's smoking and like either flipped over or completely pointing the opposite direction that you were driving. It's basically what happened to a lot of us.
I went from being a relatively decently long-standing platoon commander to in charge of 2 companies, about to be battalion XO in a matter of what?
2 months?
Like a half a year to 8 months. About by the time, let's see, when did I get slotted? In this billet.
What? I guess my question is what do you wish you knew going into that?
A lot.
You got mail.
The
second, Dakota.
The first.
Oof.
Listen, yeah, that's a joke.
I'm sorry, I had to.
That's something I'll use for a joke in a little bit. So I. Can you repeat that one more time, Bridget?
You want me? I was going to say, do you want me to repeat the question?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going into this. What's something you wish you knew going into it that you know now, but it wasn't really that clear to you? It's just kind of like, crap, I need to do the job.
How much fucking time it takes? Like it's not. It can be a lot. There's a joke about among up commander about being a part-time job. Bridger, you know this. You know this.
I do. I sent you a message the other day because I knew.
Yeah. It does take a lot of time, but it is also made so much easier, as Björn said, when you have very talented people around you and under you. I have very talented people under me because I have everyone, technically, at my disposal. So I can rely on people. The hardest thing to learn is going from micro to macro, from micromanaging everything. To okay, I'm just have to mediate and make sure plans go off successfully, and finding things to do, and then dealing with things when things detonate and get really messy. I like to make the joke that every time since I moved up to a platoon 7, every time I moved up in rank, billet, or even C-shop position, it's come with a mess for me to fix.
I would agree with that. Like being attached to you, like the entire time, is watching you learn. One of the biggest lessons is how to not be like 100% fully involved in everything going on all at once. I've seen you burn yourself out so many times because you wanted to be 100% in control of everything, and you had to learn how to like take a step back and hand it off.
Yeah.
You're like a sexy, lifeless janitor.
Listen.
I think that's what a lot of people, and Andrew, you can comment on this, and Bridger as well, is a lot of people from like the trooper perspective is they don't quite understand, like, to be good at being so high up like you are, Andrew, you have to let other people become your face. Like a whole bunch of people think that like you're either not around or they just don't see you, and that's really good for you because you have people that can do their jobs.
Because I'm there for when
Shit hits the fan.
yes. There's always something for you to fix, small to large. There's always someone always needs advice or something like that. Someone needs a document written up, or someone wants to present something, someone wants to talk about something during the meeting. I'm always learning the new Battalion XO position after we restructured Upper Command was interesting. That was one of the harder challenges. Was finding exactly where my place was there, because let's just say the last two administrations were good examples of what not to do.
Nice.
Right? Yeah, right?
Yeah,
That's
I mean-
about right.
I would say yeah. Like they did some good things. Like
not
you're
everything
there,
was wrong. Not everything was wrong. No, not
but
not,
there's a
not,
lot that you can learn from.
it also shows various shiftings in the unit and where we wanted to go and lessons learned. Which is why I am where I am, because I watched all of it happen. I took part in a lot of it. I know how things work. At least I think I do. I like to, and Bjorn can agree, I don't acknowledge my part in a lot of things, but if I'm here, I did something right, I think.
You do
What do
downplay yourself a lot.
Yeah, you're very modest. What here's a question for you both, probably last question. What do you guys do when you're not with the 501st? How do you guys decompress from it all?
Oh dear God.
Wait, when you're
Cocaine
this
and
high
alcohol.
up, that's
Where I am, that is not
Is it kind of like the end of that South Park episode? The one where they play World of Warcraft and they're like, well, I guess
Yes.
we'll play the game.
for me.
do
It
you
was.
guys do that, or what do you guys do?
It's like,
I don't-
playing games is my hobby, right? Is part of it turned into a job now, kinda.
Quite
But
honestly,
even when I'm trying to decompress, I'm doing with people I know from the unit
yeah,
a lot
like,
of the time.
a lot of the time when you're this high up, and this is part of the reason why I stepped back and stepped down, was because Andromeda, like Bridger, you can even attest that it never stops. There is, at least in my eyes, there was no decompression for me. I went to work, and then I came on here and I went to work, and then I found time for my family somewhere in between. Like there's always fires to be put out. There's always people who are pissed off and threatening level 4 plates at you, and there's always somebody who thinks it glares directly that way. There's always something going on that you find yourself involved in, as long as you're doing your job right. And quite honestly, like I only had a company of it, and Andrew has the entire fucking unit of it.
Hello.
There is no decompression. Like it
It's
just stay a squad leader or stay a platoon sergeant. Keep your world
You-
small.
I keep hearing that.
you do have to be forewarned. This up here, people like to ask me, how have I survived being up here being in higher leadership so long? I don't know. The answer is I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I've always been a community-focused guy. Even when I was a team lead, squad lead, platoon sergeant, platoon commander. I always kept coming back. I found my opportunities to decompress. So Winter Stand Down exists for a reason, but even then, or I help more rely on the people around me to take the massive burdens off the shoulders every so often. But it is a lot of work. It rarely ends. It's just par for the course when you're trying to help run a unit of 400 active people plus.
Well, hey, thank you for, day after day coming out and making sure that we don't kill ourselves, even though we're really trying hard to. I know how much stress it is, so we appreciate you, Andrew. And Bjorn, also, you as well. You guys have been here a damn long time. We're sorry to see you go, Bjorn, but life, when life has lemons,
You get the fuck out.
You get the fuck
Come
out.
on 'em.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
But we
Bjorn's
appreciate
taking his
you. We appreciate you guys very much, and thought it'd be a good opportunity to have you guys on for a little bit. And you guys are a hell of a storyteller. I'll tell you that.
Bjorn's getting out when he can.
He's
Listen,
gotta get out.
My fear is I won't be able to I won't make what I'm going out for, and I have to come back. Like if I don't make it, I'll come back, but I don't know where I'm gonna fit when I come back.
Yeah, and that's one thing. There are times I've thought, maybe I'll take a step back for a little while. Then I'm thinking like, what'll happen when I do?
Anxiety, panic attack, and then like a week later, you're fine.
Yeah.
Someone else will step up if you train them properly, Andrew.
Oh, of course. That's. Listen, training up.
You'll
training
force
up today.
drama to step up.
Oh yeah, 2-3 does
I-
have an arc slot
I'm-
open, Bjorn.
You already want to
Hey.
do 2-3
You wanna-
I listen. I'm not into forcing people to take positions. It's not my thing.
Well, then there are plenty of people who are interested in it, and they're
Yeah.
interested in it because they have no idea what the responsibilities or whatever. So
Yeah.
you fucking if you were to leave, people would inevitably try out for it, and then hope it'd be the next person up. It's like I feel like the way this unit is now is it's like more of like a machine to where it's like no one person is like.
You've got mail.
No one person leaving the unit is going to kill the unit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
That's
I
good.
mean, shit. Even fucking 30 people leaving won't kill the fucking unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good thing. If I were to die, if I were to leave or step down, things can happen. The next person would step up, but I'm not going anywhere for another while, at least.
Please don't.
As
3
long
weeks
as long
later.
as long as I'm needed here, I'll be here for them. Unless something catastrophic happens, which I hope it doesn't.
Us either. Glad to hear that.
I will always try to do my best. And listen, if you want me back here, as you know, Björn, I have lots of stories. You can ask whatever.
You're so heinous.
Uh.
We'll save it for another time. I'm feeling an Andromeda episode 2. I think
God.
later down the future, because I know you do some good ones. We're probably we'll wrap it here. I appreciate you guys coming on, and I think that you guys have probably helped us put together the best episode in a while. With that being said, you guys are always welcome. Obviously, I'm gonna hand it to Val here, because you guys are putting heinous stuff in chat right now. I'm gonna hand it to Val for hail and farewell, and we'll wrap up today.
Wait. I have a request.
You already have a request? Go ahead.
When you play this episode, can you get that dirty forward meme fucking advertisement in here?
Oh,
I heard that shit. I heard that shit and I laughed my ass off, dude.
I think Black will be happy to oblige that.
All right, good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my segment of the podcast. I will be going over a hail and farewell when we say hello to new people in the unit and goodbye to people who decided to leave. So, I mean,
Did
just
you hear that
starting.
Bjorn guy's leaving?
What a
Bjorn-
nerd.
I don't know.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, no idea.
I mean, at least you went into fucking reserves and said tag requesting remove all. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Ouch.
Yikes.
That's a spicy meme right there.
Oh no, we just say that about everybody who leaves the unit. Because people leave the unit and then they just fucking
Be
they'll
nice,
just be like,
move
"Oh,
on.
I
Be
tagged-
nice, move on. Be nice,
tagged-
move
all
on."
right, fine. Anyway,
Shut up, Valhalla.
starting from the hills, we have Loki, Nordy, Skylar, Sazi again. Welcome back, Sazi. Ragnar, Mooney, Evie, and Molson.
Boz is coming back? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Welcome back, nerd.
For the farewells, we have Grinch. Grinch he was in charge of Ackley while he was here, and he was given a pretty daunting task of being in charge of a detachment that had more or less imploded in on itself under the previous administration. He rebuilt it up to the best that he could, and decided this time that the unit was done. So, and then we also have Sparrow. Sparrow, I believe, was Ackley.
They're one mic.
Platoon medic? Yeah, there you
for a
go.
while, yeah.
I don't know much about Sparrow, honestly.
You've got mail.
Anybody here have some words they want to say about Sparrow?
Andrew?
Which Sparrow are we referring to?
Not CSM Sparrow, but CMP Sparrow.
The good Sparrow.
From what I knew, he was a good medic.
It was a good egg.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna miss
Well,
So the egg comes last.
Well, I don't know. Does the sparrow come before the egg? Does anyone know?
I don't fucking know. Sparrow
Who knows?
Grinch, you guys be missed. Hopefully you guys listen to this podcast.
I would say we're talking about the old CSM Sparrow. Let's not.
And that's pretty much it for the hail and farewells. And we only had 2 people who left or went inactive. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give a special shout out and a special farewell and hail to Taco, because Taco's simultaneously left all the discords on accident when he was rearranging his the kind of Discord folders.
You've got mail.
And then and then came back. Fucking weak bitch. Anyway, you can barely bench plate or bench press a plate, dude. Don't fucking let him play anything else.
And with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up here. We appreciate you guys for sticking with us this long. Good luck to everybody in campaign this week. You're gonna need it. We'll hit you guys back next week for a recap on that and what's to come. So until then, appreciate you guys for tuning in, and peace. See you later.
Goodbye, gamers.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.